Okay, so this story is not from any place that we actually have talked about before. This place is going to be from the real world, and typically like a year or so ago. So me and my girl were over at a petting zoo because this was like a local petting zoo. It had like strawberries normally, and there was rabbits. My girl actually she held a rabbit before. Me personally, I wouldn't really want to do that because back in elementary school, I held the class hamster and then he fell out of my hands and I thought he died. So, he didn't actually die, but I thought I was scared out of my mind. So I just have decided to never hold a small animal like that besides my dogs ever again. But anyway, that's getting besides the point here. So we were at the petting zoo. We went over there to see some rabbits. We pet the rabbits. We saw the horses. The horses there looked depressed as fuck. I gave one some lettuce and he was like, "Thank you, sir." And then we went over to the sheep. I love sheep so much. They make me giddy and happy. I start running around and prancing whenever I see a sheep. They're so cute. Oh my god. And they go bah, 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 bah. I love them, bro. Anyway, so after that, then went over, we saw a donkey. There was a water buffalo there, actually. I don't know how the fuck this water buffalo got to this rural, or at least semi-rural ass petting zoo, but he was there and he was wait, was it a water buffalo or was it just a normal bison? Okay, it was one of the two. And then they also had a donkey who was a real jerk, which makes sense because they're meant to be they're called asses for a reason. But the main attraction that I wanted to talk about happened at the other half. This was on the first half of it. The other half of it had goats. Now, I love goats. The goats are one of my favorite animals ever. They're so funny. They're so cute. And they can be trained so well. My family actually used to know a pygmy goat herder, or a pygmy goat owner that used to breed them and sell them. They're so cute and they're so small. But anyway, so we went over there and we fed some of the goats, and one of the goats this guy was just staring daggers at me. He wasn't staring daggers at me. If those were daggers, they would have been blunted because he didn't really have any expression on him. He was just kind of looking at me, but he wasn't blinking. He wasn't doing anything. He was just standing there. And the weirdest part was that, so first of all, his horns were curled back. Nothing weird about that. But his horns were curled back in a way that looked very eerily similar to some depictions of demons and devils. And maybe the devil. Well, not the devil. The devil sometimes has, I think, the head of a donkey. So, and horns similar to, I believe, kind of like an ibex, honestly. But anyway, so this goat was just staring at me. And then also, I've never seen a goat like this before nor since, but this guy's coat had a little hint of red in it. I've never seen a black-red goat before, but this guy was apparently black and red. So I called him, so I went over to my girl and I was like, "Hey, come here, babe, look, it's Satan Goat." And she was like, "This cannot possibly be Satan Goat." And we looked over at him, I was like, "Oh shit, no, that kind of is Satan Goat." Because he looks kind of like a demon. Now, Mr. Satan Goat was just standing there, eating his lettuce. Or no, I'm sorry, he wasn't eating his lettuce. That was a different goat behind him. It was this other goat, which was just a normal brown goat. And he was eating my lettuce all the time, every day, just chowing down. He was hogging the lettuce, actually, because there was a bunch of people trying to feed them. And he just kept eating the lettuce, people. It's a fat-ass fucking goat. Anyway, so Satan Goat just stayed stationary. And I was beginning to feel a little bit uncomfortable because, I had this goat with some red fur literally staring into my fucking soul. I'm a little bit concerned. Am I dying soon? But luckily the illusion was sort of shattered when this, okay, I want to say a billy goat, but I don't think that billy goats are, beige. It was a beige goat. He had a beard, or she had a beard, I don't know. But they had, these little stump horns. And then, I kid you not, beige goat walked on over to Satan Goat and then put their head in between Satan Goat's horns. And then, I swear to God, this guy was smiling. And then, he did a little rub, and then he walked away. And then Satan Goat finally was out of his trance and then just walked away too and started eating the ground. Like, bro, what the fuck just happened? Now, this petting zoo had a bunch of other different things too. Like, they also had a spider monkey, and this spider monkey looked a little bit scared. I feel kind of bad for him. He was just in his little cage. Everyone's kind of going around and being like, "Whoa, it's a spider monkey!" And then the spider monkey was like, I think he had his brow furrowed or something like that. But he was chowing down on some nuts, and at least I think they were nuts. And then, after him, there was this exhibit of a kangaroo. Apparently, it was meant to be his name I think was like Young Angry Roo, because he was a young angry kangaroo. Now, I've actually seen massive kangaroos before, and like up close and personal. And I've even pet one before, but not this guy. This guy genuinely looked evil. So I'm very glad that there was like some bars between us. And then on the other side there was some alpacas. I saw an alpaca actually like spit into some guy's eye, and he was screaming. Anyway, yeah, that was my experience with petting zoo. I just want to talk about Satan Goat because I was recently reminded of Satan Goat recently, and I can't stop thinking about him, you know? I wonder where Satan Goat is now, because this was like, I think, a traveling petting zoo that was just there for a time. Like, they're no longer there anymore. So I really do wonder what happened to Satan Goat. And like, is he still there? Is he okay? Like, what's going on there? Did anyone ever identify why he has red fur? I've never seen a goat with red fur before. Again, never have either. Still haven't. Still waiting on another goat to have red hair, but apparently not. Anyway, so yeah, that's about it.